We did better the first time.
Yeah, I think we overthinking it now.
Yeah, right.
All right, we ready? We going? All right, everyone. Welcome to another edition of All for One's podcast. This is your host, Barry Hogue, owner of Manifest Records.
Will, a.k.a. Papa Willie.
Damian, a.k.a. Peter Damn, a.k.a. Now, you only get one moniker today, all right? Damian / Cruz, what do you prefer?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to just jump right into this. This first topic we got going on is about the UFC.
So, we're going to be talking about that Tyron Woodley fight.
The Tyron, did you see it?
Yes.
What do you think?
I think it's about time we give Tyron Woodley the respect that he deserves.
He definitely deserves.
And I'm talking the Conor McGregor respect that he deserves.
Oh, they'll never give him that.
I mean, how many dudes does he have to beat before he can get that kind of...
It's that they want him to fight
like TJ Dillashaw type praise.
You're right, but it's because, what they say, like his fighting style wasn't, fan friendly. Like people always want to see brawls.
In the beginning, it absolutely was.
No, it definitely was. But I guess once he became champion, he fought like a champion.
It's harder to stay champion than to become champion.
You're right. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying where everyone else always complains about that. He fights boring and whatnot, and he's careful. But we're the champion. Really, you're supposed to bring it to the champion. So I can't fault you for that.
Absolutely. It's on the competitors to bring everything that they have.
Yeah.
It's not on the champion to make the fight entertaining.
You're right.
To blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I can't compare him with Conor because Conor hasn't had a title defense at all. Period.
Well, how long has he stayed champion?
Conor?
Yeah, you can't even...
Or Tyron Woodley.
A few years now.
Yeah, he's been
champion that long.
Except he took a hiatus for.
But see, when you the champion that long, in my personal opinion, you should automatically get that respect because obviously, even if your fights are boring, everybody else is not up to par with you.
Honestly, they wouldn't be labeled boring if Dana White didn't say.
Yeah, it's true. Dana White kind of planted that in everybody's head.
Yeah,
Dana White is just so money hungry, and all he cares about is what sells. And he don't care about these.
And not only that, care about the guys who fight for you's health.
You're right.
I mean,
you're right.
To want them to all get knocked out in the first, you know what I'm saying?
That's tough. It's UFC is tough on the body. You got to take care of yourself.
To want to have their brains bashed in every single pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. I get it. Like sometimes when it happens, it's awesome. But we're gonna become numb if that happens every single fight.
Or what's gonna happen is someone's gonna just die in the ring.
Absolutely, and that's the last thing anyone needs. I don't watch it to see that type of stuff.
But the Khabib versus McGregor fight, that's gonna be good. My money is on Khabib. I know all the McGregor fans and fanatics, angry. A lot of you guys didn't even watch UFC before McGregor, but whatever.
I'm a Khabib fan and a McGregor fan. I really like Khabib. I want Khabib to do it.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling McGregor's gonna pull out the one punch left hand and
yeah.
Well, what's the stats for both competitors?
Stats what
like who's favored to win and why?
Well, on the stand-up game, McGregor favorite to win. Ground and pound, man.
Grappling
Khabib,
in general,
yes.
Khabib.
Mm-hmm.
He's great in the clinch. He's great takedown wise. He can take you down from any position.
Yeah, he can pick you up too from down there in any position.
Yeah. So and not only that, but what he does is he just goes right in for the takedown.
Mm-hmm.
He exhausts you. And that's my thing. If McGregor don't finish him in the first 2 rounds, I don't see McGregor winning. Oh yeah, I'm not start that again.
Because the fatigue with McGregor, that's his biggest weakness. He exposed himself with it during the Mayweather fight. He said, "Oh, the fatigue," and then we were like, "Yeah, that's right. Nate Diaz got you down that way."
Yeah, and can you imagine Khabib? That's like Khabib's whole fighting style to make guys just exhausted, just wear them out. So McGregor goes into deep waters, man. I don't see him winning that. Like I said, the first 2 rounds, those are McGregor's rounds. That's what I think.
Honestly, if it even goes that far, I can't see Khabib not being able to take a hit. But there's but few people who can take a punch from Conor McGregor and still stay standing.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them.
No. But there's very few people who can out wrestle Khabib. So it's just, and that margin is very slim.
Definitely nobody in the lightweight division can out wrestle Khabib.
Here's the thing, and Conor, you know, and I know we're only supposed to talk about this for a couple minutes, but I love the way that Conor went about trying to get Khabib emotional for this fight by throwing the dolly at the bus.
Oh yeah, but that's how he wins his fight. So that's what he did with Alvarez. Man, he beat Alvarez before Alvarez even stepped in the octagon.
Yeah, because Alvarez was he was hot.
Yeah.
Alvarez.
Yep.
I mean, because he knew he had to stay to a certain game plan, and he went outside of that game plan. Why? Because Conor McGregor made him want to punch him in the face.
Yeah. Yo, he made Alvarez look like he had no business being in the octagon, man.
Absolutely.
Like, it was crazy.
And Alvarez never looked that bad.
No,
ever in his career. So Khabib versus Conor is gonna be big. Anybody versus Conor is big money. Tyron Woodley, eventually when that fight happens, that's gonna be some big money.
I would love if Tyron Woodley just knocked. Oh man, that'd be great. McGregor out, bro.
You never been on the McGregor wave?
I like McGregor, but I'm just tired of him, man. And I don't think he's one of the best champions either, because like we just said.
How fickle are the fans? You know what I'm saying? How fickle are the fans?
Because people like to see a hero fall, so.
That's how it is all the time.
But
they love you and then they hate you.
Do you know why I really like McGregor also? He never defends anything. He doesn't defend a title. He gets to do whatever he wants. And I understand, you know, because, I mean, he's definitely UFC's biggest cash cow probably ever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, behind him probably Ronda Rousey. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. The dude never defends his belt. He fights like once every... Come on, man. Like, the guy does whatever he wants. He's done things that if other fighters did, they would have been out of there. You know what I mean? It's just... I'm just tired of McGregor, man. It's, you know...
Well, I mean, no, we've never seen anybody act the way that he acts. The closest thing to it was Rampage Jackson when he ripped down that door.
Rampage Jackson was hilarious. He had some of the funniest moments, I swear.
But he was supposed to be, you know, UFC's biggest, thing, you know, attraction. And where is he now?
To be fair, I don't think he was as good as McGregor, though. To be honest, he had the power and all that. He had the slams. He would pick dudes up and just boom, like back in the Pride days. But yeah,
that was when the welterweight division was mad hot.
Yeah.
Mad hot. And I mean now it's lightweight division, light heavyweight division is the hottest.
I'd say so, definitely. Those lightweight.
Why do you think Dana White does this to dudes? He builds a vendetta against certain people, and then he plays favorites for others. Like Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Those dudes are Daniel Cormier. Actually, I don't know how hot he is for Daniel Cormier. I might retract that a little bit.
I'm sure he's whatever with him. But that's why I think it'd be great if Woodley, fought McGregor and knocked him out, because that's like the guy Dana White hates, knocking out his prize boy. You know what I'm saying? That'd be legendary. Come on. Man.
I mean, because Khabib in one promo was like, "Oh, look at your daddy! Look at your daddy!"
That's his daddy. Man.
Yeah,
you're right.
But the one who should say that is the one, Tyron Woodley. You know, hey, Tyron Woodley. In my opinion, I would love to see them stand up against stand up. I mean, Tyrod, but he's proved that he can do so much more than just stand up. He can submit dude. No, Tyron Woodley.
Oh, Tyron Woodley, yeah. No, definitely he can. I mean, he's an athlete. I mean, he's a freak athlete.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it's time for us to all start paying homage. What he's due.
Oh my God.
Some reparations to go his way.
Oh my Lord.
Oh man, here we go. Here we go.
What's the next topic?
So the next topic we're gonna be discussing is hip hop and all these new age rappers dying from drugs and violence and all that. And one thing I gotta make clear, yes, in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, rappers was dying from gang violence and all that, but none of them was dying on their own supply. Like, the model was always don't get high on your own supply.
Yeah.
Definitely changed.
So I want to understand why all that changed. Why they see, look at Mac Miller. I'm pretty sure he completely saw what you call it, what's his face that passed before him?
XXX and Sasha?
Nah, he got shot.
Oh, Lil Peep.
Yeah, Lil Peep.
Yeah.
Come on, Lil Peep was the worst, doing it on Instagram, just ingesting like a bag of pills, man.
Yeah,
like, what makes you want to do that? You know, they say addiction, but that looks more than addiction to me.
We live in a different time. Like, I remember, I don't know, listening to the dudes like Pun, listening to the dudes like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they would talk about smoking weed and all that stuff, but it wasn't
that
like...
was always spoken about hip-hop, man.
Yeah, it wasn't like pill... I feel like Lil Wayne's to blame a little bit for that.
I agree with that.
Like, Lil Wayne spawned like the majority of these new guys.
Wasn't he the pill popping animal? Wasn't that?
Yeah, he was one with the lean and all that.
Yeah, he
Face
started
tats.
all of that, and now, you know, just like a lot of artists, in my opinion, anyway, they don't want to take responsibility.
No.
You know, and my thing is, should we make? Well, we can't really make them take responsibility, but shouldn't they?
Well, Wayne's known for rapping about things that he doesn't actually do. Gang banging, for instance. The dude grew up in the 50 Cent.
Yeah, he did. You're right.
Exposed him kind of for that because he's like, when was you gang banging? He was in the industry since he was.
Well, he was, he was probably heavily affiliated with all that stuff.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing it. The dude got a bachelor's degree.
Yeah,
and all that, He's a smart. He's a smart man.
Yeah,
so I feel like he it's kind of like selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? You think it's not harming nobody because it's paying your bills, but at the same time, all these other people are suffering behind what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And Lil Wayne's putting out this content like, yeah, pop 9, shoot guns, shoot pills.
Well, I mean, to be fair, rappers were putting that content out way before Lil Wayne, though.
Like who?
There was a lot.
No, but those rappers were about it.
Oh,
I'm talking about.
You're talking about not about it.
The gang
banging,
the gang banging and stuff is different. And like Young Jeezy, he had an interview and he's like, I'm not glorifying the lifestyle. I'm just telling you what I've been through.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's different.
But at the same time, look at Jadakiss and all of them. They're telling you the same thing. You know, they're telling you their story and what they've been through and everything like that. But they was, that's still telling the other, new age rappers or just people listening to them in general that like, yo, all right, if I want to make it in the rap game or if I want to do this and that, I gotta walk around with my pants sagging. I gotta have coke in my back pocket.
Talk about that.
I gotta do that. Even when I was coming up, starting to rap, like the first thing I did, I was like, yo, all right, I gotta rap like Styles P. I gotta be the most gangster dude.
Well, you also have some influence,
You feel like when. Because when I was a teenager, I had a little mixtape, and I was getting my G Unit on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And G Unit was the type to beef with everybody. So there were people in my town who rapped as well, and I would talk about them for no reason. Like, I didn't know them.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I respect it though, man. That's what hip hop is about. The competition.
No, it's not, because I can get you punched in the face.
The competition, yes. The competition is good for the culture. Yeah. But at the same time, and I'm going to bring it back after that, we shouldn't just be, beefing. There
has to be a reason behind it.
There has to be a reason behind it, but we got to also make sure it doesn't get to the point where it gets physical. Because there's a lot of people who beef and they say something slick and then they get punched in the face. I'm like, yo, you in a rap battle. You can't punch him in the face because he says something smart.
Yeah, like Math went too far. But for people who don't know, what was it? Math vs. Disaster.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
That's what that was.
It was good. It was right when it was getting real.
Punched him in the middle of the
battle.
Wow.
Just snuffed him. And my whole thing is Diz was like talking that stuff like
he was being disrespectful though. He was being straight disrespectful. Yeah. But at the same time, it's a rap battle.
Yeah, you can't get mad like that.
No.
In my opinion, once you punch him in the face, you lost.
Yeah, being disrespectful is part of the culture in rap battle.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, to bring it back, what do you think we should, us as not only just being the predecessors, but what should we be teaching them so they don't go down that route? Because it's crazy. You got all these 20-year-old kids dying from overdose for no reason. Like, there's no reason. Every month. It's 2018, and how many rappers died this year?
Look, I used to listen to Mac Miller's music a long time ago, and the only thing I would hear in his songs is marijuana. It wasn't nothing other than, so there was no reason to suspect, he's, doing these other things. He's shooting heroin or smoking crack or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I guess recently he said that he got to a point where marijuana wasn't doing it for him. Or it was just like a head thing. He wanted to feel numb. So that's why he started messing with the pills and all that.
I remember my days of doing that way back in the day. It just made me not care about nothing. Like, I didn't care about what time I had to go to class, what day class was on.
You're right.
You know what I'm not glorifying it, but I'm just saying.
Definitely. Do not do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, how could you need something more strong than I don't care?
Nah, you're right. But I don't know. I can't understand that. It has to do with the individual, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I guess I don't even know. I don't even know what advice to give because, I guess mentally I'm stronger than a lot of people. So, my first thing is, just don't do it. You can't get addicted if you don't do it. It's not cool. It's not healthy. If you want to be in the ground, follow those people's examples. But if you want to live, first of all, if you want to live and you want to get away from that stuff, this is just to anybody who's listening. I'm going off topic. Find Christ. You will get away from all of that. I don't care what anybody has to say, about me or whatnot. But if you find Christ, you will overcome everything.
Because that's kind of like my story. Because I used to do a lot of stuff. If y'all haven't known, and I'm able to talk, to certain experiences because I've been through a lot. But my relationship with God is what got me out of that, lifestyle. Yeah. So,
and if I give an important piece of advice to younger kids, it's that be your own person, man. I see a lot of kids just doing what everyone else does, following the crowd. Oh, this is cool. I should do this. This guy's getting, this guy gets girls because he does this. Maybe I should do that. If you don't do something, don't do it, man.
It's funny. A coworker pointed out to me the other day. He was like, "How come all these kids look the same? They all dress alike. They're all wearing the same." You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "When we were coming up, you all wanted to look different. Yeah. You all, if they were wearing red, you were wearing green. If you know what I'm saying?
You know what it is though? It's when." I don't want to say it might have started with Run DMC with the all black, and they had the click. But I think it really started when Dipset came out. When Dipset had that sound, that style, and they made it so if you don't rock with us, if you not Dipset, then you nobody.
I was still more G Unit.
But Dipset came out before G Unit. And then
they did.
And then G Unit had their brand. And then also before Dipset, Rockefeller, he's like, rocking with the best. They always had that. You had to have the Rockaware jeans.
I feel like the Rock though, when Dipset, G Unit and them were hot, the Rock wasn't like Rockefeller wasn't that hot.
No. Nah, because
not until Kanye.
That was because they was going through
not
it
that
though.
serious.
They was going
like
through
Beans
it.
and them were struggling.
Yeah. Well, Beans was never hot though.
Beans wasn't hot.
And Jadakiss flamed them.
Oh my God! You gotta go back to the '90s.
Beans wasn't hot.
Beans wasn't hot.
He wasn't hot, man. Freeway was hotter than him.
He was fucking hot in Philly though.
Freeway
he didn't live in Philly. Maybe in Philly they were, They could say that about Jadakiss, and we're like, what are you talking about, Jadakiss?
Well, true, because we're patriotic for Jadakiss. It's just like you can go, who's a hot Boston rapper? Benzino? I think he's
Benzino was never he was
big.
Oh
nah.
No. I'm talking about as far as Boston goes. Like, who's the hottest Boston?
I don't know.
Ross. I don't
know.
He has to start on the boss, so I don't know.
I think it's Benzino. He's their hero.
Who's hero?
Boston.
No,
Beantown.
If that's Boston hero, I'm gonna be.
I don't know.
Who is it?
Dre.
Who really know? Who knows of any rapper that comes out of Massachusetts? Come on now.
I don't. Besides Benzino, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Benzino from Massachusetts? I don't want to be making allegations.
Yeah, I don't even know.
He's from Boston.
He is from Boston. Okay, so he waves the Boston flag.
Just like Redman waves the New Jersey flag. And
it's competition between him and Joe. Nah. I feel like if the conversation comes up, Joe would even concede to the fact that Redman
Redman's a better freestyler than Joe.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Joe's a great writer.
Yeah.
That's what Joe shines. Yeah.
Redman don't be rhyming sometimes.
If you give him a pin versus Redman's freestyles though, I'll give it to Joe.
I can agree with that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I can agree with that.
But you can always come up with more, substance in your rhymes when you're writing than freestyling anyway.
But to be honest, I think, you know what, and I don't know what it is, and then I think we got to switch topics. I think Method Man is better than both of them.
Redman and Joe Budden?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I really think Meth is just a better song. I think Method Man is a better songwriter than Redman. And then Redman, like Joe, his storytelling is flawless. Mm-hmm. But like when you listen to a song by Joe, like, yo, that thing be going on forever. I'm like, yo, all right, man, I heard you already.
Oh, speaking of, we already talked to Eminem and Joe for a minute back then.
Yeah, we're going to get into Kill Shot, obviously. We got to get into that.
Yeah. Well, all right, so let's switch gears and go into Kill Shot right now.
Yeah, come on.
All right. We'll let you take the reins, man.
I thought Kill Shot was hot fire. That's number one. Like, you got people out there trying to play M, like, oh, this ain't hard enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who was like, it was weak.
Yeah, I figured out what it is, of what I feel like what it is, right? Mm-hmm. The Rap Devil. Rap Devil was a better sounding song. Like it was catchier. Mm-hmm. It had a beat.
It had a hook.
Yeah, it had a hook. And what I know is a lot, I'm not going to say everybody, but most of the people that I've heard say like Rap Devil better are younger generation, who that's really where their mind's at anyway.
Oh,
the beat,
yes, because we're from the era of like of real diss tracks.
Yeah. Now as far as straight lyricism and as far as straight getting at him, I mean, M killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what top tier lyricism is, because I listened, to Kill Shot once, right? Oh man, this is crazy. Listen to it a second time.
Oh yeah,
caught bars.
Caught
bars that I didn't catch the first listen. I'm like, wow. Listen to it a third time. Caught bars that I didn't catch the first or second listen. I'm like, damn, man, like. That's top tier lyricism. He killed them. He killed them.
There was so many things. We was listening to it because I listened to it with both of y'all.
Yeah.
I listened to it twice with you. Caught stuff the second time. I listened to it the next day with you. Still found stuff. I'm like, yo, how did I not catch that yesterday?
Hold on. It took beef for this to come out of M.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't make me get back into this conversation.
No. But at the end of the day, there's two sides to each story. Mm-hmm. Eminem put it on tape with Sway on an interview, 4-part interview. I don't know if y'all checked it out.
Yeah, I saw it.
Nah, I didn't see
it. It was really, he explained exactly what his mindset was dealing with Joe Budden.
Yeah, very insightful.
Business-wise. I can't fault him. A closed mouth don't get fed, and Joe Budden can't
said
just...
nothing.
Yeah.
And that's my thing with Joe. Joe complains and all this, but and the other Slaughterhouse members say that Joe just kind of, left.
Yeah.
He never expressed himself. He was just like, I'm done with this.
I feel like it's selfish on Joe's part, because you got 3 other dudes depending on Slaughterhouse succeeding.
I mean, he admitted verbatim. He said, I'm the reason Slaughterhouse ended.
And that's kind of a callous statement coming from him.
Yeah.
That's foul. But that's what I mean. They should just put in another member. Like, put in someone who's so... Like,
it won't work, though.
Yeah, it won't. They said that, too. It won't.
You don't think if they added someone like Papoose? Like I said that to you.
Not Papoose.
Papoose ain't their style.
Yeah. Maybe.
Really? Papoose is just as lyrical.
If they were to add someone, I would say...
Yeah, but flow-wise, I feel like he won't flow with them well. He was never good at song structure.
Papoose can't make a song to save his life.
Nah,
he can't. But when it comes to just straight bars,
definitely he has bars.
Absolutely.
But I still don't think he's on their level.
What about like Dave East?
No, Dave East's not on their level. He's not
lyrically.
Not a top tier lyricist. He's a lyricist, not a top tier. Royce, those guys are top tier. Those guys will say things that, like we just said, you listen to it 2 times, 3 times. Oh, I didn't hear that last time. Oh, damn, I didn't even catch.
I was gonna say Cassidy, but no, Cassidy's not deep enough. He's got punchlines and metaphors, but he's not deep.
He can be, but I think a lot of people's tired of hearing Cassidy, because Cassidy's just been in the battle circuit for so long. Like, I liked The Hustler, flopped. But that was my favorite album.
I love The Hustle.
Yeah. I feel like that was knocking when it came out,
Yeah.
right?
No, it was knocking, but it still flopped.
Yes,
Yeah,
the single, My Drink and My Two Step, that did very well.
Yeah, his first album did better than The Hustler, and that flopped.
Yeah.
True.
You know, but the thing is, you know, Cassidy,
Even though those were, for me, those were some hot albums.
Yeah.
they were, but it was hot albums for the street. You know,
that's
for
always the difference.
commercial success, it didn't do well. But I don't think his, like you said with Papoose, I don't think Cassidy's flow would work better. Would work too well. I think.
Well, that's why, you know, I kind of love Joe's mindset when it comes to, well, I'm just an underground dude, and I'm going back, or I wish he would just come, work out the rest of his contract, and then go back to being underground. I don't see why he has to quit music for good.
Why can't he just do both? Why can't you just, you know? And this is my thing. Like, yo, you can be part. Look at Wu-Tang Clan. All of them signed to different labels or independent, doing their own thing, and then what you call it? Also, when it's time to come together as Wu-Tang Clan, they come together.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see why they can't just do that. But, you know, Joe is stubborn, and Joe hates record labels.
Oh yeah, he's the worst.
You know.
He's always paying that. It definitely can't always be the record. I'm sure record labels aren't the easiest to work with, but it can't always be all these record labels just hate Joe. Like, you know,
No.
he gotta be like, yo, come on.
But the thing is, Joe hates record labels so much to the point where, you know, he's like when he was yelling at Lil Yachty. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. He had a lot of good points, you know, and he ended up, in at least my opinion, being right about Yachty and his brand and all that.
He just didn't communicate them.
Yeah.
Just,
But
because he was screaming on him the whole time.
yeah, you know, he just didn't do it right. But at the same time, all right, let's bring it to the metal world, because I know that best right now. There was this band called Straight From The Path. They got signed. They got given 360 deal. Right? Oof. They were given a 360 deal, and they made it work for them. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to use a negative situation
and make it positive.
Yeah.
But isn't it 360 deal? They control like almost everything you do.
They control almost everything. They pay for everything and stuff. So what they did is this. They were just like, all right, you know what? We'll give us the. They were given, I think, like $5,000 to do everything, and the label had to okay everything they did. So once they did it, they got it okay. They put out their album. They toured nonstop. They just toured. Started getting stuff. Any little money they made, they put back into it. And then when it was time for their second album, they made enough money to where they were just like, all right, we'll give you a little more freedom since we know. And they just made it work for them. You can't just keep saying, you know, that, just because I got a bad deal, I can't make it possible. That's why these hood dudes can't get out of the streets, because they're like, I got a bad hand, so I can't get out.
Well, Joe's whole argument was, where's our money from the This Is Our House album?
Yeah.
And M was like,
they made no
we
money.
didn't even recoup because you only sold like 50-something thousand. And I felt bad for them, you know. With him saying that, but
I think they came out in the wrong era, yo. That was a big part of it. They were a little too late. They came out in the era where people weren't really trying to hear all the super lyrical stuff. But at the
same time, Slaughterhouse the Shady, when I heard the news, I was going nuts.
I love Slaughterhouse, and they didn't come out one album.
Where are the people our age listening to music? Are they still listening to younger stuff?
Well, what it is,
what is it?
I say it like this because I know a couple people I used to be cool with. What they do now is they're just like when Remy Ma came out with Sheetha, right? And even you know, people in our generation was just like, yo, she still sound like a 90s rapper. You know, she need to learn how to adapt.
But why do we not like that anymore?
I like it.
No, it's because they want to stay. Today's day and age is about staying relevant. They think that.
Yeah, but I'm trying to hear some old school
but
R&B.
that's how she raps. Her mentor was Pun. Like, you expect her to not. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, they want her to adapt to this new style, not knowing that, yo, if you have good marketing and branding, you can make anything. How do you think some of these indie rock bands and other R&B and pop artists are making it? Yo, Ed Sheeran and not Ed Sheeran, what's his name? The dude that said "Funk You Up."
Oh, Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. You know, Dude, he
Bruno
brought
Mars
funk
talented.
back though.
Yeah.
He brought.
He
Come
did
on
it
now.
all by himself. Too.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars is very talented.
But that's what I mean. If you have good branding and marketing, so Joe Budden has no excuse saying that the record label did this, that, and the third.
Well, Joe has one niche. He has one, and he's like, why are the record labels trying to take me from that niche that I'm so used to, that's my sound, and give me Eminem's fan base, Eminem's sound, Eminem's way of life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I love tour life. It gets me away from my real life. I love being on the road. It gets me away from my real life.
Yeah.
Like, let me do what I've been doing all these years. Oh, but you're riding with a megastar, so you can't do that no more.
But not just that, because M in the interview basically admitted, like, the first time, he was like, all right, you know what? For the Glass House, which was supposed to be the second album, he was like, I'm basically going to let you guys take over and do how you think you got to do. Whatever you got to do. But then at that point, Joe was like, nah, I'm done with this.
And that's where the selfishness comes.
Yeah.
That's where the selfishness comes.
And he gave you full control, so you can't even say that, I
And
didn't
how
have
well
control.
did his solo album do?
His solo albums don't do well.
No.
Joe's?
No,
Yeah,
Joe.
no.
But you know, here's the problem with Joe. I was talking about this with my cousin. People don't even want to, a lot of time, don't want to give him a chance because they see all the dumb stuff, all the beef, how do you pump it up? Joe beasts, and he's a very outspoken guy. So he beasts and has these problems with all these rappers, getting punched by Wu-Tang, all this stuff. And they're like, I don't want to listen to that guy, he's crazy.
The Wu-Tang thing happened like in the 90s. Like, that's,
I know, but I'm saying there's always been stuff like him chasing, Drake fans throwing rocks at him in a ripped white beater, stuff like that. They see that and they're like, I don't want to hear this guy. He's crazy. Meanwhile, he's a great lyricist.
Yeah, but Joe is bipolar. Like, we all know Joe got brain issues.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's why people like to listen to him as a radio personality. For example.
And his music reflects all that.
It does.
It does, but he's more entertaining to watch than to listen to.
I don't know, because I can sit down, listen to him, and it draws me.
You gotta be in a mood. That's why you like mood music.
Mood music.
You gotta be in a mood to listen to Joe, and if you just cut everything out, you'll be like, oh man, this dude,
But if you really think about it though, I bet you that if Joe was to become like, if his bipolar and everything was to disappear and he started being like a well-spoken person and everything, all the yelling and ranting was to, how much you bet he would go from here to here?
Oh yeah, definitely.
He would drop.
How much maturity do you think he's displaying by not responding musically, or is it just does
he
it
needed
look
to
like
respond.
he's scared?
He needed to respond. Joe needed to respond.
I think half he's scared and half he just doesn't want to.
You think he's scared?
Yeah, I do.
Or it's one of two things. Either he's scared, or deep down inside he really does respect Eminem so much. He's like, I'm not gonna take a shot at him.
I don't know about that, because if you watch that podcast,
what he said was M has to come with something stronger. I think he wants a whole song dedicated to Joe Budden.
For what?
But M's not gonna give him a whole song.
Yeah, I feel like Joe thinks that he's worth it.
No, and he took another shot in the MGK song. He called him out again. That's like, listen, man.
No. But here's the thing: you could dedicate a whole song to MGK, but you can't.
MGK dedicated a whole song to M. That's why he had to.
Yeah, but
my thing is
MGK has nothing to lose.
But the thing is, MGK at least was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna do this. And he did it.
No. But the thing with MGK is he had everything to gain by doing that.
You're right.
He did. But
Joe, what does Joe have to gain?
He had nothing.
No, that's not 100% true, because like we said last time in the podcast, MGK could have been slaughtered, and that could have been his career.
Absolutely.
M said it too. He's like, I had to give you a career for me to destroy
that
it.
was the hottest line, because you want to know what? That was the hottest line, and not only that, he never had a career, so he had nothing to lose. That's what I'm trying to say. But like, even if the fans wasn't rock with him because he dissed Eminem, and they were like, nah, we're done with you type thing.
My thing is, that ain't good enough. You know why? Because Drake didn't give him really nothing. Drake gave him one subliminal bar, and Joe felt that warranted 3 7-minute long diss tracks. He's going ham. And don't get me wrong, he went ham in them tracks, but at the end of the day, it didn't matter because Drake was Drake. But
wait, where does he hold Drake, and where does he hold M?
But it shouldn't matter.
It does
you can't do
matter.
that and then be like, oh,
Nah.
you got to give me a whole diss track if I'm going to respond to you.
Nah.
That's a cop-out. That's like me punching you in the face and you running away going, oh, you know what? Come back tomorrow, punch me harder, then I'll hit you. That's what that is.
You could equate
no
a slap versus a punch, not
a slap. Fine, I'll slap you in the face. Are you gonna say punch me tomorrow and I'll hit you? No,
Actually,
you're gonna punch
a slap
me.
is more embarrassing. So,
But that's what I'm saying.
But my thing is, as an MC, MC for the rules of hip hop, because I actually had to look it up. From 2000 to now, the rule was you have 48 hours to respond.
That is true.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah.
No,
Bro, Nas took like
no.
I mean,
what it was
No, not
they would
from
put
2000 on.
What
okay.
it was they used to put together like full albums dissing each other. Like
Yeah.
Ja Rule
50 did
dedicated a whole
50
Well,
did that.
50
he would put
started.
mixtapes dissing Stooges.
Yeah.
You know, and that developed the whole. All right, you got 48 hours to respond.
And my whole thing is, when was 50 gonna run out of things to say about Ja? He never did. He never did.
It's true what they said. I think I was watching Breakfast Club this morning. Ja got jumped, man. He got jumped by all the heavy hitters at the time. He got jumped by 50, DMX,
But
Busta.
50 got physically hurt.
No, I know. I'm talking about lyrically. I'm not talking about like they beat him up. I'm talking about he was
Yeah,
getting
but
diss tracks from everywhere. From
Ja
all-
got him shot.
I know.
See, how
Ja got him
gangsta-
stabbed. He got
wait,
stabbed by Black Child.
Because I wasn't looking at it like this when I was a kid. I was like, yeah, 50 got shot 9 times. No, Ja got 50 shot 9. How G is he? And then 50's like, he's not a real gangster. He don't live that life.
Was that proving that Ja was the one who got him shot 9 times? Are you sure?
Yeah, it was Ja's boy Supreme. And Supreme
Supreme,
used to,
Supreme,
yeah.
Because he snatched Ja's chain or one of 50's
All
boys
the
took
stuff
Ja's
that
chain.
Drake raps about, like I could get a hit put out on you. Ja Rule did that. And here's the thing, Ja lived that life where Dave Chappelle said, "When keeping it real goes wrong." Now nobody's rocking with Ja.
Ja got
Ja was
got
obliterated.
obliterated.
They because what you call it, Murder Inc. was under investigation for laundering and all that
Because they kept it too real.
Yeah, and then Ashanti was like, "Yo, I'm out."
Murder.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't
but
blame
they got into it though.
But what you call? All right, we got to switch topics. How much time we got left?
Yeah, I was asking you to look at that. Yeah.
All right, so we got a little bit of time left. All right, so the next topic of this is, and we sorry folks if we keep switching or going off topic.
We're still figuring it out. It's coming together.
Yeah.
Well, this is how we do in our regular conversation.
pretty much.
This is how we do it on a regular day basis. So we just giving y'all what we normally do. But the next topic is Cruz wanted to bring up video games, right?
Oh yeah, I just played the Spider-Man games. Well, I have it. I've been playing it. Spider-Man for PS4, man. It's a good game.
See,
are you sure it's a good game? Because whenever we crack open a disc and put it in fresh, we're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Now, 2 weeks from now, you still gonna think the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a good game.
See, the reviews that I've been hearing about it from just people, like the actual critics and the people who, just putting stuff on my timeline, everybody's just like, first of all, the story is just too short. They're just like, if you have a whole day to play it, you'll beat the game in 6 hours.
That's like every game nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, you weren't beating God of War 1 in
Not
one
in a day.
Not in one day.
Oh, no,
maybe a week and a half.
Yeah, God of War. Those are great games.
Like,
but Spider-Man, the thing is, even the story is short, there's so much to do in that game. There's mad side missions, things to collect, there's suits and whatnot to get. Mm-hmm. The fighting in that game is awesome. The fighting is the most Spider-Man accurate I could think of, yo. It's kind of like what happened?
Do you think that graphics are gonna be the death of video games?
What do you mean?
Because back in the day when, say you were playing a game like Star Fox, you weren't beating Star Fox in a whole day. The graphics were super blocky, choppy, and stuff like that, but it was so enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
And it would take you a good, couple weeks to beat it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people sacrifice like Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 3 took me mad long. Also, I got sidetracked with, killing people. No, but nowadays, it's hard to,
Nah, I hear you, but
it's hard to get a game where it's gonna last you that long.
Well, it is true. I think it depends on the game and the company, because Sony has some games that's coming out, that's really, that the story is incredible, the graphics is incredible. It's kind of like a real life thing. Mm-hmm. So I can't remember this one game, but it's basically like you're this robot and you're taking care of this girl that's in an abusive relationship with a father, and stuff like that, and you have different choices to make and everything, and it's like realistic, or even games like Uncharted, like the story is Uncharted. The story is in depth, the game is good, the graphics are good, so I think in that aspect,
But the problem with games like Uncharted is where's the replay value?
Yeah, they have no
replay value. Well, most games today I feel have no replay value.
Yeah, like I used to play Super Mario
It's like
64,
GTA.
Super Mario 64 back to like over and over again. Actually, that game lasted like.
It depends, because God of War, even though it's like a one-player story game, all the God of War games, I've played them over multiple times.
God of War is one of those.
They're really good.
Yeah, but the like God of War 3, I played through that whole thing. It took me like a day and a half, and I'm like, this is it already?
God of War 3?
God of War 3?
Oh, man, you must have been
binging.
Yeah.
You must have been
binging. Who doesn't binge on a God of War game?
I'm not saying...
God of War 2 took like a couple,
God of War 2 did feel longer, that's true. But God of War 2 had more puzzles.
And God of War 2, I didn't like God of War 2 like that. God of War 3, until I played the new one, is still my favorite. What?
God of War 3
God of War 1 and 2, in my opinion, graphics. What? See, y'all
sacrificing story, gameplay, was better. Abilities, everything, bro. The story God of War 3 is like a movie.
By myself, I'm in an island all by myself, where I think content is better.
God of War 3 had better content.
Yeah,
the story is amazing.
Like, listen, this is how it goes for me. God of War 3, God of War 1, God of War 2.
No.
The new God of War, I just want to say also, I haven't played it yet because I just got my PS4. Because I'm definitely playing it as soon as I beat Spider-Man. Definitely getting it.
I think for me, it's 2, 1, and then 3.
What?
Yes.
Oh, God, please.
2, 1, and 3. I felt like 2 was the best one.
I'm going to say it again. The world needs people like Will, though. To challenge the general consensus. They need
It's not even that I want to be that guy. Because I was agreeing with both of y'all for like the most part of this.
I'm not hearing that those two are better than God of War 3. God of War 3 was a master. It was so good, they remastered just God of War 3 for PS4. Over from PS3.
Ugh. They didn't need to.
They really didn't need to.
Yeah.
But God of 3, like the story was just so crazy, and especially when you get to the end of the game and you find out
it happened too soon. They gave me everything all at once. All I needed was a taste.
What are you saying?
Talking about?
I'm 100% sure we're talking about now.
Defeat Zeus. Who was it? Zeus, Medusa.
Medusa. You know God of War 3?
Yeah.
God of War 3, you fought all the gods. That's why the story was crazy.
I know, but why? Why all at once? I don't need that.
That was the point, because in God of War 2, once you beat God of War 2, you find out that, that they plotted his downfall and everything. Yeah. So now he's going after.
He goes after. So Zeus sends all the gods of Olympus to end Kratos, and then he's going through them. And while he's killing the gods, he's literally like destroying like the world because the gods are deities.
Take your time with it. This is an action adventure game. I want some adventure with my action.
It took two games to lead up to that. What are you saying?
Can I get some adventure?
Hold on.
Can I get some adventure?
You gotta remember though, Zeus sent all the. So you're telling right now, Zeus is standing right there, and he's just like, all right. He said all the gods to take you out. You're gonna want the prolonged that adventure.
I'm good off that. Let me fight these gods, man.
I mean, you're on that adventure to get there anyway. Imagine if a Final Fantasy game being that short.
Nah, I'd be pissed.
Exactly.
But at the same time,
imagine a Resident Evil game being that short.
I don't like Resident Evil.
Like I said, God of War 2 and 1 had more puzzles. I'm telling you, it had way more puzzles. And you could take mad long some of them puzzles. I don't have
That's why I said God of War 2 is right there for me.
God of War 2 with
God of War 3 didn't have that many puzzles, and I'm a puzzle game. Like I love puzzles.
That's why. That's it.
Don't get me wrong. I like puzzles. I like to be able to think.
Like Devil May Cry is my jam.
I love Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry would make me throw remotes against walls, bro. Because, like, you die, you gotta go all the way back. You get no checkpoints, man. Like, it was horrible.
You don't. You gotta start back from wherever it is.
Yeah.
Last thing. And then, if you do get past it and you get stuck in that place and you got no items, you just get killed over and over again. You gotta start over.
I'm just
like, dang.
It was no
And
deal.
then you also got to work for the grade. Because
Yeah,
if you don't get that S...
Well, you're supposed to beat it and then go back and get S.
No,
on
I'm
everything.
getting it right then and
Yeah,
there.
I didn't even. I ain't gonna lie.
getting
I beat
it
it once.
right-
I'm done, yo.
Nah,
I couldn't do it.
Nah, because Devil May Cry after a certain point it gets OD hard.
It does, yeah.
You play DMC, the remake of it?
I haven't played that.
Oh,
one.
isn't that supposed to be the one where they completely changed
They-
Dante?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dante's hair is black. Like,
Yeah, now his
why
parents-
wouldn't his hair be black at first and then turn white? I just
They
don't
changed
get
it. I think they changed it. It was like I think before his father was like his father was the demon and his mom was a human.
Yeah, his father was Sparta.
Yeah, and then now it's like his mom was like an angel or something. And his father was still the same. So I don't know. They changed it.
Nah, like the reason why I like Dante so much was because he's like, yo, he was the son of Sparta, and he could do all these crazy things, and no matter what happened, he was just like, yo, jackpot,
Yeah.
I shoot you in the head.
Yep.
Done.
He was
What was his
like,
brother's
and
name
then
again?
and then when they came out with Marvel vs. Capcom with him in it,
Yo,
Marvel's Capcom
everybody
was
was
my thing,
Dante.
bro.
everybody.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't like
hated
Marvel
Fighting
vs. Capcom 3 though.
I didn't play that one.
I like Marvel.
I gotta be honest.
I didn't like Infinite. Infinite was like watered down to me.
It was like Marvel Superheroes vs. Capcom 1 and 2. Those were my junk.
We got way off Spider-Man.
Yeah, we did, but
They didn't want Spider-Man's a good game. That's what I'm saying. It's called
Yeah,
Web
Do you
Studio
think
Spider-
that this Spider-Man will stick? Like,
Yeah, this Spider-Man's good, man. Because
I mean, but they say that.
it's like this. It's like the Arkham. It's like Marvel's. In my opinion, it's like Marvel's Arkham. That's where I think they're going with it.
What's his name? Who was the original Spider-Man that they hired? Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything for his career by letting that position go.
well, that wasn't just
That was him. Yeah, it was everything. I messed up. Director.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that he didn't want to do it no more.
Nah,
that
not
wasn't
at
the
all.
reason.
What you call it? Sam Raimi got
Yeah.
fired.
Uh-huh.
You know.
What's he doing over there, man? I'm stopping me. I love man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you call? All right, we got to start wrapping up soon though. But what you call it? All right, so
hit the segment here.
No, but like I was saying, Tobey Maguire, he did if he would have just kept it going, he would have been solid with a career, with a job.
he
still.
wasn't that great of an actor.
No,
though.
he really wasn't.
Yeah, but I mean, his crying made him look a
Oh
little
man,
weird.
when he cried, I wanted to just punch him in the face.
Yeah,
Like-
well, they wrote him,
Spider-Man
Yeah.
3, really.
Nah, Spider-Man 3.
When he cried in Spider-Man 3, I got angry.
I don't even think Spider-Man 2 was good.
No,
It really wasn't. I didn't like the
Spider-Man
whole...
2 is one of the best. Oh my god.
What?
How can you say Spider-Man 2 wasn't
Spider-Man 1 was better than Spider-Man 2.
Nah, I don't think
nah,
Spider-Man
nah,
3...
nah.
I think Spider-Man 3 was the worst.
No, Spider-Man 3 is at the
No,
bottom.
definitely.
Anybody who says Spider-Man 3
Spider-Man 2
was
was
good,
great.
I think
bro.
the first one was better than the other two.
Nah, Spider-Man 2 was
I
great.
do disagree with
I
you.
can agree that Spider-Man 2 was better than both Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Nah, Spider-Man 2 is awesome, bro.
Now, what prompted them to recast after The Amazing Spider-Man?
Because Spider-Man 3 did so bad. And then you also had, what was it? I think the Dark Knight trilogy started coming out.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah, but the Dark, like, that's DC and Marvel. Who
But
cares
they,
about
but they all, they,
They
always
overshadowed
They're always
each other?
competing.
Yeah, they always compete
they're at
with
an
each
endless
other.
competition.
like when
decades.
When Marvel heard that Justice League was about to come out, they're like, word, okay, the answer to that, let's put Black Panther and Spider-Man in, and let's call Captain America Civil War.
And Black Panther was...
And they didn't have to because Justice League was pure garbage.
Yeah.
But,
Well, who could have known that it was going to be...
no, you're right.
Who could have known?
But the thing is, when it comes down
That's
to
just like Suicide Squad. Who could have known?
Garbage.
see, I like Suicide Squad.
Oh god.
I liked it. I thought it was funny. I think they held somewhat. All they had to do was make the Joker the enemy. If they would have made the Joker, or any of you seen Batman Arkham Asylum, the
Assault on Arkham.
Yeah, Assault on Arkham.
That was awesome.
all they had to do was
awesome.
base the movie
Yeah,
off that.
could have been good.
You know?
Well, because I don't even know why they deviated so far, because that's not in Joker's makeup to just conform.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
DC
he's always
movies are
got a
mess
bigger
now,
plan.
Mess.
Well, just like what you call it, they just like, we're in talks to put Michael B. Jordan as...
But that was a rumor.
as
That's not even
Superman.
happening.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know, but
that was
once
a
I
rumor.
saw that, I was like, come on.
I didn't know what was happening anymore.
Like, if they would have said this was going to be Earth 2 Superman or something
That's what
like
I was
that,
telling people.
Yeah, that'd have been different.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Earth 2, the whole Justice League is black except for Batman. which is weird. But yeah, all Justice League Black, 7 Batman.
That's crazy.
That's kind of messed up. Think about it.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of like a shot to.
They was just like, nah, Batman can never be black. I think there was some kind of not racist connotation, but they was just like, nah, we make Batman black, he literally will be the Dark Knight.
What black guy? but what? You know what? Let me not get into that. Let me not get into that.
All right, man, come on. Let's top 5 segments.
All right, so right now we're closing out the podcast, so we're going to do this now and going forward with every other podcast. This is going to be our top 5 segment. You know, Cruz is going to lead off with it for this segment.
Top 5, baby!
Alright, so we're going to give our input on our top 5 of whatever category, and we'll change who picks the category every week. I guess I'll pick it this time. And I was going to say rappers, but I think it's too general because I have so many favorite rappers, and even when I break it down, I still can't decide. But I'm gonna try to go with favorite rap lyricists. What are your top 5 favorite rap lyricists? So rap lyricists,
All right. So first of all, just because y'all gonna hate me regardless for saying this, Biggie.
No, goodness.
No.
Let the man finish.
Not y'all.
He's not.
The fans is gonna hate me.
All right, let the man finish.
Biggie, Nas, and Jay is not in my top 5.
Okay.
So
curveball there.
So first of all,
that's very curveball.
First of all, my number 1 is Lupe Fiasco. I think he has some of the deepest and just the craziest wordplay out there. Mm-hmm. Also Eminem is not in my top 5. Mm-hmm. 2, Method Man. Like Method Man is not like a lyricist, but he is up there. He has good wordplay. He has good flow. Mm-hmm. And he can structure things real well. Number 3, Jadakiss. Mm-hmm.
That's a given. The man from Yonkers. We have to ask him that.
But even then, if you put Jadakiss on any track,
Jadakiss has. I don't think I've heard a whack verse from Jadakiss.
Nah. Well, on that Freddie versus Jason album, man.
He didn't have whack verses. I don't know. The songs were like. To me, Fabulous killed the singer.
He was like, Fab was just trash. But what you call it? Number 4, coming out of left field, Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park.
Ooh, that's left field.
You don't think he's a lyricist?
No, he's a lyricist. That is left field. You wouldn't expect someone to say that.
I wouldn't say he's top 5, but he's a lyricist.
His top 5.
Yeah. He's a lyricist.
No, he's good.
What do you say one time that I was just like, I don't even know what it means, but it sounded high. He was like, I mastered numerology and Big Bang theology. Perform lobotomies with telekinetic psychology. I was like, whoo!
Nah, the man can spit. You don't think that? Never mind.
He can. I say he can't. Man, I was a huge Linkin Park fan. Don't come
like it's just that he's not in the main hip hop scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he's lyrical. And then number 5, who I think is above Biggie, Jay, and Pun.
Okay.
Those are my top 5.
Yeah, that's a good top 5.
My top 5.
That's a good top 5. So I'm next.
Yeah, you can go.
Common.
I still don't know my top 5. Go ahead.
Common, I feel like is one of the best underrated guys you could ever think of. Anytime he came out with a single, I'm just like, why is he not talked about more? This guy, right now he's doing his acting flow, but anytime he comes out with an album, nobody cares. It's just like, what the heck is going on in the world?
It's because he was too positive.
Well, true. I'm a positive dude, though. I love positive.
But the world.
Even though I be crap,
the world won.
He was philosophical.
Yeah, he was that dude trying to spread peace, love, and hospitality.
I thought that was Logic.
I do like Logic though. I don't think he's bad. But continue.
I agree with you, Lupe Fiasco.
That's number 2. Well, there's no ranking in order for me.
Lupe, man, I heard him on Touch the Sky for the first time. Food and Liquor, classic album. You can listen to that over and over and over again, and your brain will be spinning because it's so good. Mm-hmm. Royce the 5'9". Royce gets better with age.
Yeah.
I listened to some of his earlier stuff, and I didn't get it when I was like younger.
Oh yeah, it's night and day.
But yeah. Now it's just he's on a whole nother planet with lyrics, and you can tell that it's not like some guys where miraculously they're you know amazing lyricists, like Lil Wayne for instance. But,
I even started with this.
but you can tell that it's his craft as you listen to him from start to finish.
Yeah,
you know his craft has made him better. I'm gonna have to go, my man. What's his name from the Roots?
Black Thought.
Black Thought.
Yeah, Black Thought.
Black Thought.
Yo,
man, he could spit them.
To be honest, I think he would out rap Eminem.
He would. Number one, he's hot on freestyles.
Yeah.
Hot on tape. What can't he do?
No, he's nice.
He's a great performer. I mean, the dude. You could send him anywhere and he just has a hot 16 for you, hot 32 for you. I mean, whatever you need, special delivery is right there.
Yeah, you're right.
Word. I didn't think about number 5, but I might. I'm thinking Jadakiss, and I was thinking about Jadakiss.
So you know Joe here?
Huh?
No Joe Budden here?
For me, Joe's a great storyteller, but he's not my top 5 lyricist.
Really? Oh. I thought he was a fair rapper. He's a lyricist, man. You know, Joe Budden's a lyricist.
I just enjoy listening to him more than most people. That's why he's my favorite rapper.
I got you.
But actually, I used to enjoy it. Now I'm gonna throw Common in as my favorite rapper. I think anybody can change.
Yeah.
And that's But I gotta say Jadakiss. I'm gonna go with you. Jadakiss, one of the best to ever do it. And we're New Yorkers.
You
got this is very hard for me, even when I narrow it down to just lyricists. I listen to so much different rappers. But number one, I mean, come on, Eminem. That's pretty obvious for me.
Actually, I'm gonna take. Wait. Sorry. I gotta take it back and go DMX instead of Jadakiss. Number one, his first three. His first 3.
Well, it's your top 5. I'm sorry. After Space top 5. You're right. It's your top 5.
He wasn't super lyrical earlier in his career.
Not Jadakiss level, but you're right. It's your top 5, man.
I mean, we already heard about Jadakiss, and I can't replace Lupe Fiasco for DMX.
Yeah, but don't change just because someone else did. We can have the same top 5s, all right?
I gotta give a little variety so people can
DMX.
check the man out. But
I hear you.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
Don't ruin mine. I'll ruin that yours. All right, so number 1, Eminem. That's a given. Also known as Slim Shady. Also known as the white guy from D12. Also known as B Rabbit. Number 2.
When you're referring to great lyricists,
do
not ever say D12 in that same sentence.
I didn't say D12 a great lyricist.
No, I'm just saying. In order to prove your point about why he's a great lyricist, don't say D12. Because that doesn't help your case.
Anyways, Eminem.
Especially in the most controversial time of Eminem's life.
Eminem, number 1. All right. This is hard, man. All right, number 2, I'm going to go Pun.
Okay.
It's a given. Pun was a lyrical monster. Dude was,
he really was.
Pun was a beast.
He made Fat Joe nice.
Yeah.
I should have said Mos Def.
Number 3, I'm going to go Big L.
Alright.
Well, I'm going to stop saying numbers because there's no, they're not really ranked over anything.
It's just top 5.
It's just my top 5. No one's ranked over, just, Big L was a beast. He had the punchlines, dude, man. He had the wordplay. Big L was a man back in the day. He had some pretty crazy, dark rhymes sometimes, but I would never play Big L in certain places, But number 4, I'm gonna go Mortal Technique.
All right.
Mortal Technique was man. Storytelling. I mean, listen, if you want to hear 2 great rap stories, listen to Dance with the Devil. Listen to You Never Know. Those are great rap stories. Those are like movies. Man, it was awesome. Right.
Well, okay. What? This is your list.
He's really trying to come in there. See? Thoughts and comments after I'm done. Right. And number 5 could be anyone for me. I mean, number 5, it could be Royce. It could be Banks. It could be. I'm putting number 5 to add variety, like you said. Lloyd Banks, my number 5 lyricist. Why are you giving me Lloyd Banks?
I thought you were trying to say something. Banks was I was a G Unit guy.
Oh yeah,
I love
Lloyd Banks. Number 5. Banks was punchline king, man, and he would effortlessly flow. Like if you ever seen Banks freestyle, it looked like he was like half asleep. He just like going on and on, like just flowing, yo. Like he's just flowing like
See, but he had that voice.
old man
and his voice. He had arguably one of the best, toughest rap voices. You know,
it was like the Godfather.
You're right. You're right, man.
You know, I can agree with Lloyd Banks. You know, it's the only thing about it is, you know, Cassidy came in.
I feel like Cass took over the punchline game after. I feel like Lloyd fell off a little.
Nah, I think Cassidy stole it from Lloyd.
Yeah,
because after they
thought he stole it from Lloyd?
No, Cassidy ate Lloyd.
Absolutely.
No. Lloyd, no.
What? You don't think Cass?
You don't think Cass is better than Lloyd in a battle?
In a battle, but that was his lane. He battle rapped. That was like kind of his thing.
In diss tracks.
Man.
Nah, Lloyd might get it in.
Lloyd Banks has some diss tracks,
man.
Yeah. Lloyd Banks crapped on Joe. Lloyd Banks crapped on Rick Ross. Lloyd Banks crapped on Game. Lloyd Banks get him diss tracks.
But you name most of the non-lyrical rappers though.
Joe and Game?
Oh, I thought you said Fat Joe.
No, Joe Budden.
Oh.
Joe Budden. Well, he crapped on Fat Joe too, and you know, along with the whole G unit. You know? So,
Game's not that climactic though. Like
Game's back in the day, Game was lyrical. I ain't gonna lie, and I was a huge G unit guy. And Game, he was like 300 bars, 300 shots.
Well, diss tracks wise, yes. But anything beyond that.
His first album, he was lyrical.
Yeah,
the documentary is one of the best albums I've ever heard in my life.
Like that. That was a great album.
But LAX.
Yeah, I mean,
anything
he fell off
after his first album.
He fell off.
You know, like
after the beef. Anything after the beef.
Yeah. Because I feel like, but that's the thing, and that's why I feel like hip hop needs beef. You know, but that's for another segment. All right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. You know, share,
comment.
That too. Yep. Check out the channels.
Follow.
You know, check us out on Twitter. We'll have a Twitter, a Facebook, and a Instagram soon.
Yep.
But until then, go to the Manifest Records page.
And hit that notification bell for me.
And get us some suggestions.
Peace.
All right. Oh, for one.